Hello people, welcome to this tutorial. It's 2026 and you still need a proper SVG workflow in Blender. Let's get started. File, import, scalable vector graphics, not as grease pencil please. The other option, the second option, here is my SVG. Double click. And now what? Nothing is on my screen. Where is my SVG? So is Blender the problem or are you the problem? And obviously you are the problem. Here we have curves and we can zoom in the curves. And miracle, here is my SVG text as curves in Blender. Now we're going to append a diamond at once. File, append, use my gemstone library and bring the diamond. Now dimensions 1.5 millimeters. Copy paste the scale. The size of the text compared to the size of the gem. My text is way too small. Select the curves and scale. Here. Save and be happy. Now select the diamond and start distributing your diamonds. Here. Now select the curve of your letter again and go to edit mode. Adapt the design to the diamonds. Exit edit mode and keep adding diamonds if you like. And finish adapting the curve of your letter. Here I advise you to create a collection for your diamonds to operate them a lot faster when needed. Now select the curve of your letter, call it by its name, make a copy. Now in data, check the resolution because we're going to convert this to a mesh and the resolution will affect the amount of vertices that you're going to get. Go to Object, Convert to Mesh. Now create a collection for the letter, move the mesh to that collection, move the diamonds of that letter to that collection and hide the rest. Save and be happy. Now select your letter, go to edit mode, select everything with A and extrude on the Z-axis minus 1.75 millimeters. Select everything with A, Alt N, check the normals to the outside. Now append a white gold material from your favorite asset and set the material to white gold for your letters. Now add mesh, sphere, call it prong, scale, shade, smooth, material, white gold. Go to edit mode, extrude the bottom like this, exit edit mode. This collection will be the prongs for the letter D. Start distributing your prongs. Check that enough of the prong is coming out of the metal. Slightly adapt the scale if needed. Sometimes you'll have more than one prong. Keep adapting your distribution. Now here I have a problem. The letter is missing some metal to fit the prongs. And the letter is already a mesh. Go to edit mode, X-rays. Select this zone and turn on the proportional editing. Grab on the X-axis and readapt the design of the metal to fit the prongs. Now also don't forget to complete the design using decorative prongs. Save and be happy. Now select the diamonds. The diamonds can't be just like this inside the metal. Copy the diamonds. Ctrl J to join the copies. Call these the cutters. Go to modifiers and add a solidify modifier offset 1 thickness 0.1. Add a remesh modifier. Select the letter and add a Boolean modifier, fast solver, and remove the cutters. Do a local view to check the result. I had to use the exact solver to make it work this time. Now you can see that the diamonds are only touching the prongs, as it should. Now we have a small gap here that I advise you to close. Add mesh, cube. Go to edit mode and adapt the design to close this gap. Exit edit mode. This will be white gold also. Save and be happy. Now this letter is ready to be 3D printed and manufactured as a jewel in real life. Repeat the same process with all the letters to complete the name and manufacture the name.
Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request. Please stay on hold while we process your request.
Here I'm going to show a problem that you will face from time to time. I'm making the Boolean, it's failing, the diamonds should not be solid like this, and when I try the exact solver, it's even worse. So what does this mean and what can we do? This means that my mesh that is supposed to be a complete solid is not a solid. So the Boolean is failing. It means that there is a gap between faces, edges, or vertices. You might have overlapping vertices, separated edges, and you might have overlapping faces because overlap won't make a solid. Normally, if you go to add modifier, a remesh modifier, before the Boolean here, it should solve the problem. But in this case, and that's pretty rare, it's failing nonetheless. The remesh modifier can't work if there is a gap. It's not a solid. So it means that this mesh is severely damaged because this problem is very rare, yet when it happens, it can easily make you go crazy. Okay, so let's go to edit mode. You emerge by distance. Here we had no overlapping vertices. That's the most common occurrence. So that's the first thing that you will check, merging by distance for the vertices. Now, I'm going to explain why this generally happens with text. There is almost always a problem with the structure of the text once it becomes a mesh. If you look at the edges going from vertex to vertex, you will very easily understand that at some point you will have an edge crossing over another edge, and that's overlapping. So here we have the damage, the severe damage. These edges, you can see that they're crossing over these other edges here, there, and there. And here in this letter, it's fatal. So what can we do? We can repair this by taking all the problematic vertices here and scale them on the y-axis, rotate them, and get rid of that overlap there. And that's generally the cause of all your nightmares. When you have faces of solids going into each other, that's not an issue. These are closed faces. But when you have overlapping edges or faces or vertices, that destroys the mesh in almost all the cases. Obviously, you can be lucky and you won't even notice that there's a problem. But someday, and that's why every week I receive messages, emails, comments about this specific issues, and most people believe it comes from the SVG. And yes, sometimes it does come from the SVG itself, because your SVG import might contain overlapping vertices, edges, or faces, and that will destroy your mesh. So here's the explanation of what's happening. So now obviously the problem is that you will have to find in your design where you have these overlapping edges. If you can't find them, there's no miracle. You'll have to rebuild the mesh by yourself. And what we're going to do is cursor to selected to the top floor. And now I'm going to start one vertex here and I'm going to rebuild this mesh. So I'm going to follow the design. And believe me, this is generally the fastest and easiest way to solve your problem. Here we can see this mashup of edges. Just rebuild the design. So this is my new mesh. I can fill it with F, and that makes just one face, so I won't have overlapping edges. I can extrude it on the z-axis minus 1.75, but there's something else that we need to check. A very obvious one, in fact. Right in our face, the scale. Remember that when you import an SVG, it generally comes in very small. Obviously, it depends on how you export your SVG from your software to Blender. But in my case, my SVG was very, very small. So the scale is outrageously big. Let's make a Control A and apply the scale. And voila. All my troubles are gone. So sometimes check the scale first and then the overlaps destroying your mesh before taking the time to rebuild the entire mesh. So now I have explained almost all the issues that you can face when importing and working with an SVG in Blender. Okay, so let's remove the remesh modifier because now the Boolean should be working with the fast solver for the letter I, and here it is. Save and be happy, and now you can finish making your 3D jewel in Blender from your SVGs. Now the name is ready. Let's add mesh torus, white gold. This goes here. Let's make a copy to the left. Now let's hide the diamonds. See why it's important to have nice collections for your objects. Select the entire pendant, go to File, Export, STL, Selection Only, Damien Name Plate. Export STL, go to an STL doctor, check the size of your STL. Here it is. Warning, we need some reparation. Repair, default, execute, apply repair, remove old part. Don't forget to overwrite the damaged STL with the new repaired STL. Optimize, export. This design is ready for 3D printing in your favorite slicer and 3D printer. Now back in Blender, let's make a render. Load an HDR environment from your favorite asset. Add mesh plane. This will be the floor. Move it under the pendant. Set the camera to the view. Now make the render preview. The diamond and the white gold material are from my assets. You can find them on SUPERHIVE Blender Market to support my work, my channel, and also Blender. Now on the floor, new material, metallic 1, ambient occlusion to the color. Set it to your favorite color, adapt the roughness. Don't forget to add an area light around here. Now exaggerate the power, rectangular size, pretty wide. Move the light to the back and rotate it on the z-axis according to the camera. There, use the nodes to adapt the strength and keep working on the position of your light. Now check render settings. 320 samples for the render, that's way enough. With the open image denoiser, the bounce is 256, the rest as default. And when you're happy, finish with an F12 to make the final render. Don't forget to save your image and send it to your client. This SVG to 3D Jewel nameplate is completed. We have completed the 3D model, the STL, and the render. That's all for today. Take care and see you soon.